This is where the children would gather. You know, their daughter would learn how to read in this room. This is where social activities could have taken place. It's more of a quiet area for reflection. And actually behind that door, it's also what we like to say is Mr. Whaley's social escape route, the hidden staircase that would take him up to the master bedroom in case there was a house party.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, everybody has their social anxiety limits, right?
They actually bought this house for a couple different reasons. From what I'm gathering, this was actually an act of love on Robert's part for his wife, Mary. They actually had a biological son, Donald, who tragically passed away at 10 years old from diphtheria.
Wow.
Mary went into a complete state of mourning. She kind of shut down. And so he actually bought this house as a means for her to give something to do, get her mind off things. So the remodel was her way of moving forward. That's when they adopted a little girl.
Oh.
But Donald Whaley's death was not in vain. Upon his passing, the story goes they found a jar of pennies. And in Donald's handwriting, he was saving that money for orphans. So after his passing, they earmarked funds to start a trust fund for the Donald Whaley Home for Wayward Boys.
Oh my.
What Flint residents now know as the Whaley Children's Foundation.
Yes.
A woman named Nina Cole painted the two on the left, but this gentleman right here was by our very own Florence Whaley.
Wow.
She was an avid painter, so her mom painted china. Okay. She painted canvas.
Yeah, I was gonna say they found so many different avenues of artistry to kind of like, you know, keep themselves occupied. That's fantastic. I think we need to learn a little more of that in this society now, right? Because we're always in our phones, but back then they didn't have that.
So when they adopted Florence, they actually included this in the schematics of the remodel of the house and designed this room specifically for their daughter. So she grew up in here from age 10, around the time she was adopted, up until she was married to William Orrell in 1895.
Wow, that's a long time, huh? Yeah, and look at this. Is this a...
This is one of her dresses. We have many of their wardrobe in our collections. Yeah, so every seasonally, maybe every month or so, our student interns actually will assist in changing out the wardrobes. That way everything gets rotated out, and every time you come to visit here, you see something different on display. So this initially was Florence's walk-in closet, her boudoir.
Okay.
A little bit of scandal here. She wound up leaving her husband right after her son was born.
Oh, right.
And moved right back in with her parents. Every millennial's worst fear. She moved back in with mom and dad, and they converted her boudoir into the nursery for their grandson. This was kind of their second lease on life, so to speak, right? They'd lost a son a couple years prior. Now they have a bouncing little boy in the house again. I'd like to think they were helicopter grandparents. They were on top of it. All the toys you see in there actually came from his collection.
Wow.
And what's really sweet, if you look on, there's a little rocking chair, there's a plaque. The children's things were donated in memory of his Uncle Donald.
Aww.
Right? I thought that was the sweetest thing. We have younger guests come to visit us, you know, it's really neat for them to see that there were children just like them that lived 100 some years ago, right?
Yes, absolutely.